We do begin with developing news out of Woodland.
I guess we're going straight into the news. 16-year-old. 5 others injured after gunfire erupts at mansion party in Los Angeles. Yikes. Like I said, even teens are getting out there killing each other.
We do begin with developing news out of Woodland Hills.
A teenager is dead, several others injured following a shooting at a mansion party. KTLA's Jean Kang is live near the scene with what we know this morning. And Jean, last hour you were saying authorities say this was a flyer party.
Ah.
Good morning. Yes, a flyer party in that it was being advertised. Those flyers were being handed out to hundreds of people. And in fact, those people showed up to this party in Woodland Hills, according to police. And unfortunately, a 16-year-old was shot and killed. It happened up here on the hill. You see detectives are actively walking up and down. They have police SUVs out in the front, but you see that big mansion up on that hill. Getting a better look at that. Multiple people were also critically hurt.
Where is this?
New details, a food vendor just...
Place seems a little familiar. Because this is in California. So it's like, oh, I don't have premium.
Told me.
I think that's a school.
It started when a security guard got into a scuffle with a partygoer and tried to escort him out. That's when police say he started shooting inside and outside of the mansion. When first responders arrived, they found 5 shooting victims, some critically injured, and dozens of partygoers who were running for safety. Detectives say sadly the teenager died at the scene from his gunshot wounds. About 200 to 300 people were at this party in the 8,000 square foot mansion on Winnetka Avenue. The property is listed online for over $2,000 a night. Many flyers, as we mentioned, were handed out, and police say it was advertising a VIP party.
It was a rented, it was being rented out. And then, yeah, they had this party, and, well, there you go.
We don't have any other information pending next of kin notification at this time, but we do have one deceased 16-year-old and then multiple other partygoers sustained gunshot wounds as well.
No arrests have been made this morning so far, and police are waiting for the coroner to identify the teenager. The coroner is yet to arrive to the scene. Now, the other victims are expected to survive, but sadly, it was just quite unfortunate for that 16-year-old victim. Back out here live, detectives are asking anyone with information to come forward. We are told, Megan and Lauren, that detectives do have some witnesses, people who were at that party. They're going to talk about exactly what they saw, what happened, and also a lot of surveillance video. Apparently, there are multiple cameras at that big mansion as well as along the street here on Winnetka Avenue. So they're going to go over that. And once they have a description of the suspect and more information, we'll get that out to you, to the public, as quickly as we can. Reporting live here in Woodland Hills, Jean Kang, KTLA 5 News.
As a teenager in the late 70s, I went to dozens of house parties. Some even had a live rock band. Saw more fights, but never a knife or a gunshot. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but, yeah, I mean, it's much more common now. Right, for people to carry a fucking gun now. Especially a fucking gun that's... Right, how did that person get that gun? If they're that young. Well, we don't even know who the perpetrator is. So if it's a young chap... Right, another 16-year-old that found a gun. That's looking a little like black market right there. Right now, if it's like an older person, okay, maybe he got that legally, right? But it still doesn't, right? He's still fucking still not good, right? Because one person dead with that gun. Yeah, exactly. Teens, alcohol plus guns. Never a good mix. Well, man, what is the party? Yeah, it's a party full of fucking teenagers too. Yeesh. Fucking yeesh. Yeah, gee. Uh, I think it's just all memes from now. I mean, there's a lot of meme news and stuff. Unskippable. Thinks about taxpayer money? Uh-oh. What does she want now?
Yeah, I mean, what we are witnessing is a constitutional crisis. We are seeing an
I'm sorry, constitutional crisis. By your words, correct?
executive branch that has decided that they are no longer going to abide by the Constitution in
Huh? What do you mean?
honoring Congress's role.
There's a reason why there's 3 branches of government. Right? There's a reason why there's the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. Sit the fuck down.
In the creation of the agencies, in their role in deciding where money is allocated.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, what we are witnessing is a constitutional crisis.
Yeah,
We are seeing an executive branch that has decided.
Constitutional crisis of the executive branch? What? What are you talking about? I think they're doing their job. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh. She's worried about the Somali constitution that she never swear allegiance to that. Coming from someone yeah, that was a weird one. Yeah, basically, I don't know if it's true, but on paper, it said that she married her brother. I don't know. To get into this country, by the way. For a flow on this post, highlight nothing. You can always go be a pirate princess over in Somalia. Oh, god damn. Phase of the Democratic Party. Need I say more? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, dude, them doing that fucking DNC shit and electing those two now. Oof. The mighty Democratic Party has fallen. Yikes. Oh, whoops. Accidentally clicked it. Oh, couple dozen people protesting in the White House. Get serious jail time. Millions of strangers welcomed. Deviants and subversives ran the show. When has she ever cared about American laws? Get out, leech. Spelled leech wrong, but okay. when you realize your slush fund is coming to an end. Good standard. Biden tried to pay off all the student debt on his own. Was that constitutional crisis? No. Yeah, the him doing the whole flooding the people with stimulus checks and shit, I was like, oh god, this is bad. Yeah, he was just printing fucking money. Right. Especially with all the USAID shit, man, fucking just printing money. And then all that fucking money went to fucking journalists and fucking news media outlets. I was like, what the fuck, man? What are you doing, you shady fucks?
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education.
Oh
He's gonna
shit,
find
I
the
forgot
same
to do
thing.
something.
Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check
What
the military.
what were we
Like?
like? I gotta keep track of this. So it was what, Unskippable.
And just to put it in perspective, Elon and I are completely aligned
It was
in terms
local
of
news
cutting
for
waste and
right
increasing
KTLA 5
accountability and
and
transparency
whatever. That's fucking news
for
site.
the American people.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel.
He's
Hope all's good
conservative.
wherever you are. Trump just sat down with Bret Baier for an interview on Fox, clears up all the Doge and Elon Musk nonsense that's been going on. It's got some great gems in there. I'm going to play a small clip of it for you. And then I have a clip of the Treasury Secretary setting the record straight on Doge, saying that him and Elon are in lockstep. And I love how all these guys are sticking together and they got each other's back. Let's get.
God damn it, this is a good one. Fucking Trump. Goddamn Grim Reaper.
Get to the Trump clip first. Trump.
Welcome to Mar-a-Lago, the winter White House in Palm Beach, Florida. We're pleased to be joined by the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Happy Super Bowl.
Thank you.
You know, you are going to be the first sitting president to attend a Super Bowl. It's a big day for America, always is. What made you want to do it?
Well, first of all, I'm very surprised to hear that. I would have assumed many presidents came, but I think just the spirit of the country's taken on a whole new life. I thought it would be a good thing for the country to have the president be at the game.
I mean, it's an iconic day.
It's an iconic day. It's going to be a great game, two great teams.
It's an iconic day. It's going to be a great day.
You know, it seems the first days of this administration.
It's going to be a great
are like
day.
a
It's an
no-huddle
iconic
offense.
day.
You know, plays going down the field, one after another. There's a long list of things you've already got done in 3 weeks. Big border policy changes, ICE crackdowns on criminals, taking biological men out of women and girls sports, big energy policy changes.
So
what's
talking
different with
about
you
all
and
the
your
executive
administration? The difference
orders
between
that
the
he just
45th
put
president
up right
and
now.
the 47th president.
Well, with the 45th, I had tremendous opposition, but I didn't know people, and I didn't have the kind of support that I needed. I put people in office.
I wonder if he's actually like analyzing what he did wrong. Right.
Some great, some really.
I mean,
good
it
ones.
seems
had
like he
some
is.
that I wouldn't have put. I would have, known better if it were a couple of years later, or if I had a little more experience in D.C. I was a New York person, not a D.C. person, and I had a lot of opposition. I just noticed. I looked on the stage for the recent inauguration, and I'm looking. It's like a who's who of Washington. Well, if you look on the stage for the first one, it was just the opposite.
So some of your plays have raised some questions and had some pushbacks. 19 states' attorneys general filed a lawsuit, and early Saturday, a judge agreed with them to restrict Elon Musk and his government efficiency team, Doge.
So they talk about
accessing
the
Treasury Department payment and data
the judge
systems.
trying
They
to
said there
block.
was a risk of irreparable harm.
Irreparable. What?
I disagree with
What do
it
you
100%.
mean?
I think it's crazy, and we have to solve.
Irreparable harm? Because they found out about some money transactions that seemed to be a little suspicious? What? Irreparable harm? To what? The fuck are you on?
Solve the efficiency problem. We have to solve the fraud, waste, abuse, all the things that have gone on in the government. You take a look at the U.S.
Yeah, and also all they did was look at the books. That's all they did. That's all they did. All they did was look into the books. That's all, and they all freaking the fuck out.
AID, the kind of fraud in there,
And you
where
found
the money's
significant
going.
things.
Well, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of money that's going to places where it shouldn't be going, where if I read a list, you'd say this is ridiculous, and you've read the same lists, and there are many that you haven't even seen. It's crazy. It's a big scam. Now, there's some good money, and we can do that through any one of a number. I think I'd rather give it to Marco Rubio over at the State Department. Let him take care of the few good ones. So I don't know if it's kickbacks or what's going on, but the people, look, I ran on this.
Who knows where the bodies are buried? Hindsight being 2020, one of the best things that happened is him not being elected in 2020. He knows who to go after now. Again, he knows where the bodies are buried. He's been able to assemble a great team of people, because I think if he was elected in 2020, he would have had the same
he's
team and rhinos around him,
definitely
whereas now
he's definitely made some a big change in his game plan this time around.
he's been able to
Big
really
balls.
put together an America First team. Let's get back to it.
And the people want me to find it. And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him to do that.
So into it.
Very soon, like maybe in 24 hours,
fucking guy.
to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse. But I campaigned on this, Brett.
You announced tariffs on Canada and Mexico. You immediately got action from both of them on border security and drug interdiction.
I did. A lot of
Is
action
that good
nobody
enough?
expected.
Is that good enough?
No, it's not good enough.
So more needed in 30 days.
Something has to happen. It's not sustainable. And I'm changing it.
You know, the Prime Minister said...
So in his 30 days, he wants to do big changes. He wants to do a big change in plans.
Is a, quote, real thing.
Setting up the foundation, it looks like. Someone needs to give Trump a good old tickle.
Huh? We lose $200 billion
51st state.
And I'm not going to let that happen. It's too much. Why are we paying
Canada, the 51st
state? Essentially subsidy to Canada. Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it.
You said the tariff is a beautiful word. There are some signs in the markets, consumer confidence, that they're a little jittery. So if all goes to plan, when do you think families will be able to feel prices going down, groceries, energy, or are you kind of saying to them, hang on, inflation may get worse?
Didn't Canada just raise tariffs on the U.S.? I believe everyone's trying to raise tariffs at the moment, but I think there's been a 30-day freeze. So maybe it's coming. Who knows?
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen.
Because right now,
Right
now Trump has frozen the tariffs for 30 days. Well, it's been, when did he do that? He did that like a couple days ago or something like that. But he's frozen everything for now. And so, Canada might raise tariffs? I don't know.
Need to raid Melania's closet in Mar-a-Lago will go down as the single costliest miscalculation in political history. Ultimately, it led to this man.
He's doing wonders for the stock market? Yep.
And he's not done. Dispatching thousands of feds.
Going all
Again,
over
I
the place
say
right now.
Hindsight being 2020. I'm glad we have Trump 2024. I'm happy we didn't get Trump 2020. I think this is going to be a much better run, setting in place the future for MAGA, for America, when he's done after these 4 years, because this is the man we need right now. You can have someone else like a J.D. Vance for 8 years, hopefully, fingers crossed, to clean up the nonsense. Now let's get to the Treasury Secretary doing the Bloomberg interview, setting the record straight. Let's go.
Mr. Secretary, we are inside the cash room at the Treasury Department. It is almost impossible to overstate how important the work that is.
Yeah, it's been what? 3 weeks? 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks. Everyone's going wild.
Done in this building is to the U.S. financial
He's already
system.
made a lot of big
Yet
plays.
Right now, there is widespread concern about
in terms
the
of trying
team's
to
access to sensitive
lay the
payment
foundations and
systems.
changing some shit.
Are you worried at all that access and that
Yeah, also, I think
of the
tomorrow,
payment systems
Monday,
could affect the
he's
Treasury's
going to be
market and cause
talking
any disruption?
to
Good. Well,
the
Soleil, thank you for
Japanese
asking me
Prime
about that,
Minister
because there's a
again,
lot
I
of
believe,
misinformation out there.
to
First
talk
of all,
about
when
the
you say
trade
Doge
deals
team, these are
about the
Treasury employees. It is
liquid
two
natural
Treasury
gases and
employees,
stuff.
one of whom I
Probably other
personally
stuff.
interviewed in his final round. There is no tinkering with the system. They are on read-only. They are looking. They can make no changes. It is an operational program to suggest improvement. So we make 1.3 billion payments a year. And this is two employees who are working with a group of long-standing employees.
The letter that the Treasury Department sent earlier this week talked about how the team currently does not have access to change the system. Have they at any point this year had the ability to make changes?
Oh, you guys, I don't
This
know
is no
about
different
the
than you
U.S.
would have
economy.
at a private company. And by the way, the ability to change the system sits over at the federal.
Yeah, I mean, all Musk is doing is looking into the books, right? And then he's giving the information to Trump probably, or he's giving the information to the lawyers to do whatever, right? Because at that point, once they find some sort of fraud or embezzlement or something suspicious, right? They have to take it up to the lawyers. So at that point, it's up to the lawyers to decide if it's something they can do about. But yeah, I mean, given what they're doing, I mean, they're just taking a look at everything, and then probably planning out what to do after that. Elon is interfering with a lot of politics, not just in the U.S. Oh yeah. Fucking Elon Musk, the fucking ratting out the fucking UK about the whole grooming gang situation. And all the shit. The dude is going wild. The dude is like checking on everyone's books and shit.
So it doesn't even lie in this building. So they could make suggestions on how to change the system, but we don't even run the system.
I'm sorry to stop it right here. If
He's
you don't
freaking
mind, don't
everyone
out.
He's scaring everyone.
Also, if you're not yet subscribed, and this is not your first time here, hopefully this is a video.
All he's doing is looking.
And if they ask
scaring the fuck out of people.
The ability to change the system, would you grant that?
No, again, they have no ability to change the system. I have no ability to grant that change.
Yeah, they have none of that.
Suggestions, then it would go to the Federal Reserve, and just like any.
Yeah, the Federal Reserve are the only ones who can actually fuck with the money. Right. What Doge does, it has nothing to do with the Federal Reserve. Right? The Federal Reserve prints all the fucking money. Doge has no hand in that.
Large ERP system.
Right, that's the federal government.
There would be that, and then the Fed will determine whether these changes are robust or not.
As the Secretary of Treasury, you also
so
and
I'm guessing I'm guessing what the lawyers are doing is bringing up to the feds, hey, we got some interesting things on these fucking pages. What the fuck are you doing?
Has to IRS data.
At that point, the feds, they're probably blackmailing the feds a bit, saying like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
The privacy issue is one of the biggest issues, and over the past 4 years, we've seen a lot of leaks out of there. The IRS systems are quite poor. When I started in college in 1980, I learned the program in COBOL. I think there are 12 different systems at the IRS that still run on COBOL, but as of now, there is no engagement at the IRS.
Elon Musk, just half an hour ago, tweeted out that Treasury needs to stop approving certain payments. Has your staff tried to block any payments here at Treasury?
We have not, and I'm glad you asked that too. And just to put in perspective, Elon and I are completely aligned in terms of cutting waste and increasing accountability and transparency for the American people. I believe that this DOGE program in my adult life is one of the most important audits of government or changes to government structure.
Oh
we
yeah,
have
that's
seen.
right. That too. Yeah, so right, the IRS has all the systems to do with actual like auditing of people, right? Because they're the actual ones that audit people, right? Not the federal, not the Doge, right? It's the IRS that audits people for the money. So, once once the lawyers and everyone gets the information from Doge, it's like, well, it's up to the IRS to enforce the the funds, if you will.
That when I was
The missing funds.
in my 20s,
Because they're
we
the
had
ones who
Grace
have
report,
the right
and
capacity
there's
to
some
look
great
into that
suggestions that came
information.
out of that never went implemented under Clinton and Gore. I think it was to government efficiency or reduce government. Nothing happened. So President Trump came in, there's a big agenda, and I think that there are gigantic cost savings for the American people here. And I think it's unfortunate the way the media wants to lampoon what is going on. These are highly trained professionals.
Yeah, and like
You know,
all
this is
these,
not some
all these people are connected, right? They do have to talk to one another. They are checking and balancing each other.
roving band going around doing things. This is methodical, and it is going to yield big savings.
All these billions and billions of dollars that are being found, the left doesn't like to talk about it. They cry about Elon Musk and having access. Of course these kids are vetted. Of course they can't change anything. Government bureaucratic employees, unelected employees have had access to these systems for years.
For years,
We're
yes.
just now being efficient with them. These are kids that
I mean, these kids have very probably strict access, right? As any government employee would, right? You're only given a certain level of access. They wouldn't give you any more than that.
could have had jobs at any software engineering company in the world. These are genius level kids, but they're deciding to do this for Elon Musk to help the American people. This is a pay cut. Like, I'm sure some of them work for X and they make good money, but doing this extra work, they're not going to get paid here what they could get paid somewhere else. This is America First team right here. You know, when Elon Musk bought X and he bought it for $40 billion, whatever it was, and the left was all up in arms. Oh my God, he could solve world hunger with his $40 billion. Why would you spend $40 billion on Twitter? These same people are not saying a damn word about all the billions of dollars in corrupt money that they're finding.
Yeah, dude. They're only showing us, probably things that they can only show us. There's probably some fucked up things that money's going into that they can't show us. So if that's the case,
funding transgender projects in Afghanistan, or a Sesame Street show in Iran.
Yeah, and then given what's happened to like some of our weaponry, right, or our armaments that have been confiscated or left in some of these countries for them to fucking stolen and then be used against people. Yeah, that's not good either.
And or wherever it was. Come on. But you don't hear a peep from them. They cry about his access, but nobody's talking on the left about what he's finding in all this corrupt nonsense. These people are shady.
What is FEMA? It's a federal it's a federal aid. It's federal emergency. It's like a federal emergency aid thing. Basically they help with like natural disaster funds, like hurricanes and fire, natural disasters, tsunamis, stuff like that. Them billions to Israel.
Audited that wanted to hire an extra.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just Israel. They're sending a lot of money to, right? It's fucking Ukraine too.
Unbelievable. But I'm here for it. I'm here for the meltdowns. I'm here for
yeah,
making America great again.
No
Hope you
problem.
enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up button for your boy. Consider subscribing to the channel. Help it grow. Catch you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah, FEMA, yeah, basically FEMA is just like the, Federal Emergency Management Agency. So, yeah, they deal with anything that has to do with, like, natural disasters, and like yeah, mostly natural disasters really. And then rebuilding like right like cities and states. So why was that picture showing Donald Trump about to kill FEMA? Oh, it's because FEMA hasn't been doing their job properly. There was some instances where some FEMA employees did not go to certain houses for some reason and kind of did not help people, which is really fucking weird. So, yeah, not only that, but it seems like they've been withholding right, not actually helping and withholding funds and stuff like that. So, yeah. Also, they're a big bureaucratic fucking agency. So, yeah, they're a little annoying to deal with. So, yeah, Trump has been, like, hammering them. What is he proposing? Well, he wants to fix FEMA. I mean, he doesn't want to kill FEMA. Because they're the ones that deal with organizing and helping with emergency aid to right within the United States. Whether it's a hurricane, right, a fire, right, a forest fire, maybe right, maybe fucking what are mudslides, stuff like that. Right, just natural disaster, like earthquakes, stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of these places need to be kind of right. WEF, UN, WHO, right? We've been giving a lot of money to a lot of these places that kind of don't really do much for us. Well, I mean, FEMA is supposed to do shit, but yeah, it seems like they haven't been helping a lot of people for some reason. But yeah. And they're the federal government, too. They're supposed to be helping. What alt media? He's just getting started. Enjoy the show. Pray for the Great Awakening, America. But right now, Trump is just basically gutting a lot of these agencies and probably repopulating with new employees. Because a lot of these places have employees that are kind of assholes, I guess. I don't know. Or at least employees that aren't doing their job. Right, and then it's like causing issues within the whole fucking system. Because they're not doing their fucking job properly. What do we got here? The moment your lies went too far. Honest American. Oh yeah, let me Democrats Rep Brown falsely claims Elon Musk. Oh no. Wait, what? That was too fast. Doing what he says he's doing. Huh? I think he's doing what he's doing.
They claim that all of this chaos and confusion is about finding waste, fraud, and abuse. Elon Musk isn't finding waste. He's blocking spending he doesn't personally agree with.
I guess she doesn't know that all the DEI stuff doesn't really help. Does that really help rebuild fucked up infrastructure or anything like that? No. the DEI stuff is going to education of policy, what DEI is, and DEI dancing events. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Are you kidding me? Stop it.
Yeah, not only, yeah, it's also been going to journalists and fucking news media outlets for some reason too. It's like, what the fuck? Why are you giving USAID stuff to journos and fucking media outlets? Aren't you supposed to be giving it to people who actually need help, like veterans or something, right? Homeless veterans or something? I don't know. What are you doing?
He is.
You know the housing crisis that people have, right? You know the homeless people that are riddling the fucking streets with their homeless encampments.
Recklessly assessing sensitive payment systems.
Or how about aiding taking fucking criminals off the goddamn streets? Or they're just fucking gunning down, stabbing, stealing, right?
Our personal data. Elon Musk isn't finding.
Or even fucking doing some human trafficking shit, literally.
Abuse.
Like, Jesus Christ,
He's
what are you guys
blatantly
doing?
breaking laws with no transparency or accountability, and dare I would say he is acting out abuse.
You're lying to me.
So this really isn't about waste, fraud, and abuse, is it? How do I know for sure? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because when we tried to subpoena Musk this week, Republicans on the Oversight
Subpoena him for what?
Committee blocked it.
Well, yeah, they're gonna block it. Because it's frivolous. Like, what are you doing? Are you fucking retarded, lady?
Now, why don't they want us to hear about all the great things he's doing?
Okay, what? You subpoena him and then he's just literally going to tell you that he's made like groups and teams of people to just look at information to figure out if there's any like fraudulent shit going on or wasteful spend. Like what are we doing here?
Because this is a power grab.
He literally the power what?
Don't be ridiculous. Thank
power grab. What? I mean, to me, it just sounds like they've been doing what they've been told to do by the American people. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the American people voted for this. Check her bank account. She's self-reporting. Check her. I'm glad you asked. It's like $20 million Sesame Street in Iraq was the end of their democracy. Yeah, that one was a weird one as too. I was like, what? Sesame Street in Iraq? What kind of fucking what kind of $20 million Sesame Street fucking episodes are you gonna fucking make? Like, what? Fuck that, dude. Thank you, God. Enough is enough. Trump. Why the hell are we fucking this BS? We've been told for decades the government is cut to the bone. Stop acting like this ignorant. You're cashing in. You're only talking to the dopes that voted for you, clown. Elon took away the Democrats' piggy bank and now they're pissed. Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's because it's like how much, like where else has this shit been going to? Right? Right, it just sounds like they've been trying to fucking post, like, right, been given money to do some propaganda shit. It's not good. Oh, shit. Hmm. Alright, there we go. Honest American. Oh. Did I put that? Okay, I did. How awesome that she was the one to report it. Who's self-reporting? Oh. CBS Dem activist Margaret Brennan, recently made into a memo by J.D. Vance, is pained to report that President Trump's approval rating is better than ever. Wait, what?
Our CBS poll finds
Oh,
that a
this
majority
bitch.
of Americans, 53%, approve of the job he's doing. That's a better approval number than he ever reached during his first term in the White House. Joining us with more is our Executive Director of Elections and Surveys, Anthony Salvanto. Good to see you, Anthony. What's driving this?
I will keep it simple, Margaret.
What the fuck happened there? He just went fucking... Did I just see that correctly? He's like, yeah, I'm so happy to... Oh, shit. Wait, what happened? Oh, shit. What happened, brother? Oh, man.
Anthony, what's driving this?
Dude, he does not look at...
I will keep it simple, Margaret.
I will keep it simple, Margaret.
Whoopsie daisy! He is doing, in the eyes of the public, what he said he would do in the campaign. There's
Oh my
political
God,
value in
no
that.
way.
In fact, 70% of people say he's doing what he promised. That's whether they approve of him or not. Now, there's another part of this that continues over from the campaign. There were words that he was described as being tough, being energetic, and he still is.
Dude, they're just so unhappy. Dude, they just look so
Energetic,
fucking
and
unhappy
he still
talking
is
about it.
today
Oh.
in big majority numbers. So as people take a look in these first few weeks, there's been a lot of activity. They're getting that general sense of governance, and that's being reflected in these early numbers.
Her
So
face.
that's perception. What about the actual policies?
Well, let's start with the ones that are popular. And again, these echo a lot of what we saw in the campaign. The idea of deporting those in the country illegally continues to be popular. We saw that in the campaign.
Ooh, back.
Sending troops to the U.S.-Mexico border. Again, majority in favor. We'd seen that in the campaign. For his supporters in particular, the focus on ending DEI is popular. We had seen in the campaign a lot of them thought those processes had gone too far.
Yeah, I mean, they're already fucking crying on fucking broadcast. Just look at her. She looks so fucking unhappy. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, look at this guy. Changed his tune real quick after that fucking smile. Oh, man. Anyways. Honest American. I will keep it simple for you, Margaret, because Margaret, we don't care. I can only imagine what the real numbers are. It would be closer to 80% approval. Yeah, I wonder how they got 70% to 30. Yeah, some of those numbers seems a little, Yeah, also the fucking, yeah, that whole 53% approval and what, 47 disapprove? I'm like, that doesn't sound correct. Because it's like, there's not much you can do. You're stuck. What does it matter? You're stuck with Trump. You're stuck with Trump for 4 years. Unless he does some fucking crazy bullshit, right? That breaks the breaks the law in some form or fashion when he's president. Oh, no, he's not going to be doing. He's going to be real careful, and he's going to take his sweet time. Our way out of slave voice. Numbers are higher. They chose the analyst with the lowest numbers to have on air. Miserable Margaret doesn't fool anyone anymore. Yeah, they look so fucking miserable on air. He's doing great. You said aid, food from USAID rotting on the docks. Get smart. It's non-perishable. You really don't care, Margaret? There we go. Honest American. Another unskippable one. This Kamala Harris most cringe moment on live TV. Which one is this one? Sorry, I got a runny nose. Give me a sec. Wait, what? Huh?
Who are rooting for Trump. Who are rooting for Trump.
Wait, did they just blurt out like Trump, King Jong? Wait, what? Huh? Why did they blurt? Huh? So she needs.
Because they know he is easy to manipulate with flattery and favors. They know Trump won't hold autocrats accountable because he wants to be an autocrat himself. And as president,
they muted it.
I will never waver in defense of America's security and ideals because in the enduring struggle between democracy and tyranny, I know where I stand.
Why did they mute tyranny? What the fuck?
And I know where the United States belongs.
Yeah, that was weird. Oh, strange. I don't know if... Was it with the censoring of common words? Yeah, I was all like, huh? I was like, wait, what is going on? Why are we censoring words? What is happening? You have to just don't come. What's your plan for the economy? I beg to differ. Every moment this nitwit was on TV, live or not, was cringe. So glad she's on the shelf where she belongs. Jesus. A complete phony. A great big phony. It's just a phony. Great big phony. She has to keep fundraising. She's broke and owes a ton of campaign money. Oh no. Just spit on that thing. God damn it. Her whole persona or lack of is total cringe. Anyways, yep, she's gonna have to start bending down and getting that money. Alright, this is probably the last person that should be talking about this. Honest American again. thinks cutting government waste is a constitutional crisis.
I mean,
Oh,
what we
okay.
are witnessing is a constitutional.
Wait, is this the same one? Or did he make a set? Oh, he made a different edit. Huh. Strange. Okay. Wasn't gonna watch that one since we already watched his other other edit. Rep. Jasmine Crockett claims people of color are gonna be rounded up by the Trump admin. Okay. This was 2 days ago, apparently.
I do believe that
Ah. That's why.
is truly
Makes sense
warranted
now.
in the sense that people of color are just going to be rounded up. I mean, I mean, we've lived it, especially as Black folk in this country.
Notice how she doesn't even like look towards this way. She just looked towards her.
Right? Like it's the racial profiling. And so whether you're a US citizen, whether you are here as a DACA recipient, whether you are undocumented, whether you are naturalized, whatever your situation is, I think that if you can be mistaken for being a brown person, that you should be concerned because there is nothing that is tatted on anybody's head that says I'm undocumented or I'm a citizen, right? People of color are just going to be
Are you
rounded
okay? Is she okay? I don't know if she's okay. I don't think she took her meds.
up.
Sources. Dude, trust me. Citation 1.
It's always just trust me, huh? Yeah. Right, Maxine Waters and all these. Just trust me. Just let us in.
It is known. Citation 2.
It's
known.
true.
Citation
It's
3,
happening.
It is known.
Just
and
look
citation
outside.
4
It's
is known.
happening.
Footnote 1. This was once revealed to me in a dream.
10:02. Sorry, I kind of have a hard clean cutoff because I got fucking class in the morning. All right, man, I'm gonna head out. I was listening to Wild Paint Chess. Paint Chess. Oh, nice for sure. Thank you, brother. Bazando AM. Have a good one. Oh, playing chess. Ah, have a good one. Thanks for coming by. Cheers. Yeah, they were just race baiting the whole time. All right, see ya. Peace. Yeah, there's also she was
Or I'm because body's head.
her
actually
body
swept
language
up.
this
I mean,
whole time, right? She's literally what the fuck? She is such a bitch. Look at this shit. Not even. She thinks this person's literally fucking non-existent. It's so fucked up. Like this whole time.
or I'm a
This whole time she makes eye contact with only this person. Never even tries to look at her. Never even try. She's just getting fucking sideswiped, dude. Fucking hell, dude. Is this the host? I wonder if this is the host. But anyways, she got fucked. She got sideswiped so hard. Holy shit. Fearmonger. 13% of wizards cast 70% of the spells. What grounds do they have to say this at all? There's nothing to do with the race at all. It's to do with the immigration status. Yeah, that too. Why were they talking about immigration status that whole time? Like what? You two black motherfuckers talking about race, right? Immigration stat. Like what are you guys on about? You guys are American. Shut the fuck up. They were rounded up and put into the Super Bowl halftime show. Jeez. If by rounded up you mean fired from your jobs you were never qualified for, then sure. Yeah. Daga Dream. Wait, what? Yeah, Daga Dreamers are still illegal. Oh, he's talking about the Dreamers. Yeah, that was a. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, they made a new program about Dreamers and stuff. But there's also. See, there's. Right, there's a weird misconception about the whole Dreamers thing. Because in school, it means different things. So it's like, it's hard to tell what they mean by this. See, and they're using it in the context of the illegals. So I'm guessing it has to do with people who've right, moved over through visa and then tried to have citizenship here or something, right? It's hard to tell what they mean by. Christians will not colors. Anger management. And this, boys and girls, is why you don't smoke crack. The meme in the flesh is proof that a good education can be wasted. Yeah. Dude, I think this lady's on her fucking.
Whether you're a US
this lady's on her like fucking critical race theory trip or some shit. It's like, Jesus. No one's out to get you. Fuck. Calm the fuck down. Anyways, memology. Or some American memes.
Great to see you.
Oh yeah. I guess we should watch this and see what happened. Because I think he was doing something for. I think he signed an executive order or something. I forgot what he did here.
So you all set? You know, we're flying over right now. We're flying over a thing called the Gulf of America.
Good. Yeah, there we. Yeah, because right now I believe he was going to the Super Bowl as of right now.
And I'm signing a proclamation.
Because he was coming back from somewhere.
Define that.
This is a proclamation declaring today, February 9th, 2025, as the first ever Gulf of America Day. This follows the President's executive order issuing a name change from the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
And we're flying right over it right now. So we thought this would be.
And we're flying right over it right now.
Even bigger than the Super Bowl. This is a big thing.
Fucking guy.
Almost everybody now has assented to that.
Attention on board. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please direct your attention out the right side of the aircraft. Air Force One is currently in international waters, for the first time in history, flying over the recently renamed Gulf of America. Please enjoy the flight. We are now about to head westbound to Super Bowl 59.
Wow, he did that well.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Make America great again, right? That's what we care about. Okay, here we go.
Or just you fucking sign it.
And we'll put it with something. I'll ask you to do whatever you think we should do with it, Mr. Secretary. Do you want to talk about, Doug, Secretary of the Interior, and also working with Chris Wright on extracting
So apparently, so this,
of oil and gas and making our country
so I
rich?
believe,
Would you
right?
like to
I
say
believe
something?
like Google Maps and everyone has to change their fucking, has to change their maps and say, hey, yeah, this is Gulf of America now.
signed a secretarial order as Secretary of Interior directing the U.S.
That means they gotta
Geological
print
Survey,
new
who is
maps and shit.
responsible for the database, which is the Geographic Names Informational System. And so
New
just prior to this
globes.
signing,
The globe
if
business
you
is
go
gonna
to the
be
button which
booming.
became official with this proclamation called today
Yeah.
Gulf
Oh,
of America
shit.
Day. But now it's going out as we're sitting here right now. Our team is calling all the map providers, so Google Maps, Apple Maps, all the map people. That change will take effect this afternoon to Gulf of America.
Wait,
So
what?
again,
He's
fantastic. Thank you, President Trump, for setting this all
He
in
said it
motion
would
with
take
your
place
executive
this
order. It's an exciting, fun day.
It
and
already
great to
happened.
do this as we're flying over the Gulf of America.
We thought it would be very appropriate. Kathy, thank you very much for being here. It's been a very important part of his life. And who knows
Oh,
what
it says
would
Gulf
happen
of Mexico
without you.
still.
It might not have been good. Here you go. Okay.
Have you talked to Mexico about this?
Actually, interestingly, I've never spoken to him about it. It was our call, and I have not spoken to him about. I've spoken to him about many other things.
Lies! It's Gulf of
They
Mexico
never
still.
brought it up. I'm a little surprised at that, but they've never brought it up.
Sir, can you tell us about your conversation with Vladimir Putin?
I don't want to do that now. We're trying to end that war. It's a war that would have never happened if I were president. It would have never happened. But we're making progress, but I can't tell you.
You suffered a couple of court losses, Mr. President, and J.D. Vance said judges aren't allowed to control the executive power. What's your take on that?
Well, we're going to see what happens. We have a long way to go, and we're talking about fraud, waste, abuse, and when a president can't look for fraud and waste and
Well, I
abuse,
mean,
we
the
don't have a
judicial,
country anymore.
right? The
So,
judicial
we're very
branch,
disappointed.
the judicial branch, to my knowledge, has nothing to do with any of the executive orders that he has been doing, right? If the Democrats want to do anything, they would have to take it up with the judicial branch, right? And then they would be like, okay, well, right? They would have to investigate if anything of what Trump's doing is illegal, of that matter, or any of the executive orders he signed, right? But I'm pretty sure they have nothing on him.
With the judges that would make such a ruling.
Yeah,
But we
I
have
don't
a
think
long
that,
way to
right?
go.
I'm pretty sure even if they tried to take it up to the Supreme Court, even the Supreme Court has no say in this shit.
We have to look. We have to find all of the fraud that's going on. We have tremendous fraud, tremendous waste, and tremendous abuse, and theft, by the way. And the day you're not allowed to look for theft and fraud, etc., then we don't have much of a country. So no judge should be. No judge should, frankly, be allowed to make that kind of a decision. It's a disgrace.
He's just gonna say that, right? it's holy shit. He's basically just roasting the DOJ, saying, look, if you try and attack us during this time when we're trying to investigate everything, you're gonna look like fucking idiots.
Greenland,
Oh my
Gaza,
god.
all these are very muscular foreign policy. How does this align with America first?
Because it makes us bigger, stronger, and better, and more protective. We need Greenland because of national security, international security, world peace, and we'll have to do that. Canada. Will
Yeah, apparently Trump wants to make it his goal to be what do you call it? Well, the golden age, right? The golden age. And fucking, he wants to be a peacekeeper in a sense.
happens with Canada, but the people of Canada would
No.
be paying.
We will
less
see
than
if he
half
can
of the
keep that
tax.
promise.
If you look at the tax, they're going to be paying less than half the tax.
I mean, he from what he did and during his first term, I mean, he tried to keep the peace as best he can, right?
You know, they don't pay very much for military, and
So we'll
the
see if
reason they don't
that
pay
carries
much is
through.
They assume that we're going to protect them. That's not an assumption they can make, because why are we protecting another country? Now, I love the people of Canada. We have a great relationship. But if they became our 51st state, it would be the greatest thing we could ever do. It would be unbelievable. It would be a cherished state. And think of it.
It'd be a cherished state. Canada, the 51st state, very cherished.
Without that artificial line running right through it. Somebody drew it many years ago with a rule.
Draw the line. Draw the line in the 51st state.
Just a line. You look at how beautiful that is. Wow.
Look at me. God, this fucking guy.
But if you look at Canada, it would be cherished as a 51st state. They don't pay their share of military in NATO. They pay very little for military. They're not protected at all. And the reason is they think we're going to protect them. The other thing is we subsidize them to the tune of about $200 billion a year. If we stop doing that, if we stop allowing them to make cars through tariffs and other things, cars, trucks, etc., what they make, they're not viable as a country.
So would you agree that it's a more aggressive foreign policy than your first term? And why is that?
It's more aggressive. It's better. Why? Because I think I've had a lot of experience. And in my first term, I was fighting everybody because they were very aggressive toward me. I always said survival and taking care of the country, not necessarily in that order. But I had to take care of the country, but I had a bunch of lunatics like Pelosi and all of these people. They fought
bunch of lunatics.
And, you know, I had a lot of other things that were going on there. This time it's much more, they've lost their confidence. I think they've lost the respect of the American people with, you know, men participating in women's sports, with open borders, with...
So he's just basically going down the line, the list of things that he wrote or he signed through executive order. Right, he's still pinning down everything he's done.
Institutions and insane asylums into our country. This is what they're doing. When you allow gang members from Venezuela, but many other countries coming into our country, we're getting them all out now. They've lost their credibility, but they've also lost their confidence. So I have more time to do what I want to do. So we're making our country larger. We're making our country stronger. And
yeah, it seems like he's...
if this should happen, I don't know how they can do it.
Yeah, right now there's a lot of fucking parts moving.
They do almost all of their business.
It looks like he wants to scale America a bit.
In Detroit, with the stroke of a pen, I can do that. And other things in addition to that would not allow Canada to be a viable country.
You said you didn't honor first responders.
Did you just say that? Jesus.
In the case of Canada, if this should happen, I don't know how they can do it without us, because without the U.S., Canada really doesn't have a country. They do.
Oh, that's why he said it. I mean, I hate to say it, but it is kind of true, right? Out of the three big, out of the first world countries that have like the most power. Yeah, I mean U.S. Especially in the Western Hemisphere, yeah, the U.S. is the strongest, just in terms of military power.
Almost all of their business with us, and if
oh yeah, that too, right? Yeah, this is the issue when you when you're so interconnected with other nations, right? Since we have like international stuff. Right, and businesses, Canadian businesses that propped up their own, some headquarters here in America, and then American businesses putting headquarters in Canada, there's a lot of intermingling, right?
we say we want our cars to be made in Detroit, with a stroke of a pen, I can do that.
Yeah.
And other things.
Yeah, is that too, right? Yeah, and also the way he set up the tariffs too, right? If they were to, if he does enact the tariffs, right? That would mark up everything by 25%, 15%, right? 15 to 25%, right? And then he would then be making people feel the hurt and being like, hey, come back to America and make your facilities here, when some of their facilities are already here, right? It just, in terms of scaling, right, building up the capital and everything to do all that shit. So it's like, I mean, hey, this is how you do diplomatic deals in a way, right?
In addition to that, would not allow Canada.
You gotta wager some things.
Country.
You said you're going to honor first responders today, but you pardoned hundreds of people who assaulted first responders. Why did you do that?
Who? I'm sorry.
You were going to meet with first responders today.
Yeah.
But you pardoned people who assaulted first responders.
No, I pardoned people that were assaulted themselves. They were assaulted by our government. I pardoned J6 people who were assaulted by our government. That's who assaulted, and they were treated unfairly. There's never been a group of people in this country, outside of maybe one instance that I can think of, but I won't get into it, that were treated more horribly than the people of J6. So, no, I didn't assault. They didn't assault. They were assaulted. And what I did was a great thing for humanity. They were treated.
I don't know why they keep bringing the Jace. I mean, he did just pardon a lot of them, so it's like, yeah. And then some of them did kind of steal shit, so it's like, he has to eat this now, right?
Two foreign policy questions. On Putin again, you realize if you don't clarify that, everyone's going to assume you're talking to President Putin regularly.
Well, they can assume it.
So is it
It makes sense. Well, I don't want to talk about it then.
Yeah, I don't think he's visited Putin yet. I don't know if he's talked on the phone with Putin. It seems like he might have had a phone call, maybe, possibly. But yeah, to what extent, we don't know. And I don't think he would be willing to fucking divulge any of that information yet.
If we are talking, I don't want to tell you about the conversation. It's too early, but.
Oh yeah, see, exactly. See, and he was like, I don't want to. It's too early, right? I mean, he did just get into office, so it is understandable.
I do believe we're making progress. We want to stop the Ukraine-Russia war, and I want to stop it just because I hate to see all these young people being killed. The soldiers are being.
Yeah, I mean, he could have probably already had a conversation, right? Given how much time it's been, it's been like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, almost 4 weeks. Yeah, I mean, given the time, might have had a conversation probably wanting to set up a meeting or something about that. But yeah.
Killed by the hundreds of thousands.
So you're starting to put together a plan for like a peace formula or some sort of resolution?
We're talking to both sides.
And then on Japan, are you okay with having a foreign country having a controlling interest in a U.S. steel company?
Well, let's look at this. When I came here, they were going to buy it, and Biden was going to approve it. All of a sudden, Biden didn't because he heard I wasn't going to. I don't want U.S. steel being owned by a foreign country. They can have they don't have a controlling. They have an investment. All they're going to have is an investment.
Will it be a joint?
I don't mind an investment in a company, but especially U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel for 15 years was the greatest company in the world, the greatest #1 company in the world, and I'm not going to let another country buy it. We had a great meeting on that, but they are allowed to invest in it, and that's different.
Mr. President, on tariffs, sir, you've talked about reciprocal tariffs coming in this week. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? And are you announcing a plan for it this week?
Yeah, I'll be announcing. I'll be announcing probably Tuesday or Wednesday at a news conference reciprocal tariffs, and Very simply, it's if they charge us, we charge them. That's all.
When does it go into effect, sir?
Almost immediately. But I'll be announcing the details of it, highly detailed, and it'll be great for everybody, including the other countries. But if they are charging us 130% and we're charging them nothing, it's not going to stay that way.
This is on every country?
Every country will be reciprocal, that's right. Every.
Yeah, so basically saying if we're going to be tariffing everyone, they're obviously going to be tariffing us, right? I mean, that's just the name of the game, right? Because, I mean, yeah, you're increasing taxes all around, right? Or the tax on certain goods. So yeah, it's gonna hurt both parties.
It won't affect everybody because there's some where we have similar tariffs, but the ones that are taking
So basically, the tariffs will cancel out. Is saying.
Taking advantage of the United States, we're going to have it's reciprocity, it's reciprocal. We're going to have a reciprocal tariff, but we'll have a news conference Tuesday or Wednesday.
And just on the steel question, just so I understand.
We'll also be announcing steel tariffs on Monday.
On this tomorrow?
Monday, yeah, tomorrow.
What countries will those go on?
Everybody. Steel.
Including Canada and Mexico?
Yeah. Any steel coming into the United States is going to have a 25% tariff.
All steel.
Aluminum too.
10%?
No, 25%.
25 for aluminum.
25 for both.
For both. And on steel, sir, are you ruling out then Nippon Steel having a 51% stake or higher? They won't have a majority stake?
Nobody can have a majority stake for U.S. Steel. They can for other companies, but not for U.S. Steel. I think you agree with that, Doug, right? U.S. Steel was one of our great companies, and through
he wants to keep U.S. Steel. He doesn't want anyone trying to buy out the company.
It lost that luster, but it's going to gain it back, and tariffs are going to help. Tariffs are going to make it very successful again, and I think it is good management now, too. Yeah.
Sorry, may I ask one, please? Can you tell me?
I mean, if he brings back U.S. Steel, right, that would mean that we would actually have more production facilities, and actually, right, production of some sort of more natural resources, right? Because we don't really produce a lot of natural resources anymore, right? We still do, right, LNG. I mean, we make some chips, right, because of NVIDIA, Intel, and all that stuff, right? We make Silicon Valley, yeah, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, lumber mills, I don't remember, do we still have lumber mills operating? I would assume we do, right? Yeah, okay, we still have lumber mills. Still have lumber. Oh yeah, we stopped like oil. We stopped oil production. That's what. Right, we're not doing any. We're not pulling any. Well, at least in California, we're not pulling any oil anymore, because I've noticed that in some of the areas with the oil derelict or what. They're still sort of operating, or I don't even know. Some of them are still going up and down, some of them aren't, so it's like, I don't know what they're doing. But yeah. In terms of everything, we produce a little of everything. But we buy most of everything in bulk.
Will that be at the White House, or
well, I'll be meeting with all of them numerous times, by the way.
Right, China.
And yeah, I think
made in China.
To allow people, the Palestinians or the people living in Gaza to go back yet another time. And we don't want Hamas going back. And think of it as a big real estate site. And the United States is going to own it and will slowly, very slowly, we're in no rush, develop it. We're going to bring stability to the Middle East, to a totally war-torn part of the Middle East. A part of the Middle East
so it brings up
tremendous problem. tremendous
Yeah, he's
problem.
probably gonna
Gaza Strip.
bring this up a lot too,
Well, it's
until
totally
something's
demolished right now.
done
It's a
or
demolition
right.
site. It'll be reclaimed. It'll be leveled out, fixed up. There won't be anybody there. Hamas won't be there. We'll be building through other of the very rich countries in the Middle East. They'll be building some beautiful sites for the people, for the Palestinians to live in. They'll be living in harmony and peace probably for the first time in hundreds of years.
And just to clarify, I know you don't want to tell us about your conversation with President Putin, but can you clarify whether you had that since you've been in office, or whether it happened before you became president?
I've had it. Let's just say I've had it.
So he can't say exactly when he had a conversation, but he did have a conversation.
And I expect to have many more conversations.
So yeah. Oh, there you
We
go.
have to get that war ended. It's going to end. And we have to get it ended. And we have to get it ended.
Yeah, I mean,
should have never happened. Would have.
I would assume, given his when he first entered, I think even before he entered office, Putin may have made some calls. I don't know. Hard to say.
A couple years ago, your president said that suggested that if the Supreme Court rules in a way you don't like, just let them enforce it. Do you agree with that?
Say the last part.
The vice president suggested that if the Supreme Court rules in a way that you don't like, they can just enforce it by themselves. Do you agree with that?
I don't know even what you're talking about. Neither do you. Who? Oh, no wonder. I thought they died. Are they still...
Did you just say Washington Post? Oh, no wonder.
Say the last part.
The vice president
Yeah, what did he ask?
Hundreds of years.
And just to clarify, I know you don't want to tell us about your conversation with President.
Many more conversations. We have to get it ended. And we have to get it ended. Should have never happened. Would have never happened if I was president.
Your vice president said that the suggestion.
Your vice president said that. President said that's just what? Huh? I think he messed up there, but suggested. If the Supreme Court rules.
Just let them enforce it. Do you?
Oh, what a fucking what? What a weird generalized fucking question to make like that. Like what? Why would you make that question? Okay.
Agree with that?
Say the last part.
The vice president suggested that if the Supreme Court rules in a way that you don't like, they can just enforce it by themselves. Do you agree with that?
Why would you? What kind of? I think he tried to ask a bait question.
I don't know even what you're talking about. Neither do you. Who are you with? Who? Oh, no wonder.
Oh, not Washington. Wait, was it Washington Post? I couldn't tell. It's so hard to hear him.
I thought they died. Are they still around? Who are you with? Who?
Can't hear it. Fuck.
Who? Oh, no wonder.
Did he say Washington Post? I think he did. I can't tell though, because it's muffled and then it cuts out because they're on the fucking plane. It sounded like Washington Post.
I thought they died. Are they still around? I haven't read them in years. I thought they died.
Fucking drunk.
Go ahead. Who else?
On security clearances, you've been yanking a lot of them. Why does it make the country safer to take away the AG's security clearance? And is that a form of retribution?
If there's somebody, no. If there are people that we don't respect, if there are people that we thought that were breaking the law or came very close to it in previous years, we do it. And we've done it with some people.
Attorney General. What is he talking about?
Biden himself.
Oh, I think he's talking about Biden's administration's attorney general.
We think our country is.
I was all like, what
not
is he
as safe
talking
if
about?
you gave him clearance. We don't think he knows what he's doing. And what he's done to this country is a disgrace. And what he's done in terms of allowing criminals, murderers, drug lords into our country, people from mental institutions into our country, he should be ashamed of himself.
On deportations, there's been some reporting that you've been upset that there haven't been more deportations. Can you clarify that?
I think
Wait,
they're
what?
doing an incredible job. It's very
Oh my god.
Deportations, finding murderers is not easy. Some of them are actually very smart. They shouldn't be in our country. There wouldn't have been. We had beautiful, we just set records for closure. We have the strongest border we've had in many years, since my term. But even for many, many years, decades before that. They're doing an amazing job, I think. Tom Homan's doing an amazing job. Kristi Noem is doing an amazing job. But it's not easy finding murderers who know they're being looked for. But we're sending out thousands of people. We're getting rid of thousands of criminals from our country.
So, do you expect to meet him in person anytime?
Where?
Putin. Do you anticipate meeting with him?
I would imagine I would be meeting with Putin, yes, at the right time. I think at the right time, at the appropriate time.
Gaza. The White House press secretary told us last week that you're committed to rebuilding Gaza. Steve Witkoff said that process would take 10 to 15 years. Does your commitment to rebuilding Gaza
10 to 15 years to rebuild.
I'm committed to buying and owning Gaza. As far as us rebuilding.
Oh, there it is. He wants to buy and own Gaza to reap the reward. I mean, I see what he's trying to do there. Right? When he's rebuilding, right, all the proceeds and everything is probably, right, it's gonna go to America. He could make it a very interesting area, right? Because he would be rebuilding it from the ground up with infrastructure and everything, probably. But yeah, that's a 10 to 15 year. I don't know. Right, there's a lot that's right. There's a lot of missing information, so we'll wait off on that.
Sections of it.
And until we see like a development plan and that like actually working out, yeah, it is.
Other people may do it.
Hard to say.
Our auspices, but we're committed to owning it, taking it, and making sure that Hamas doesn't move back. There's nothing to move back into. The place is a demolition site. It'll be the remainder will be demolished. Everything's demolished. I mean, you can't live in
Yeah, I
those
mean,
buildings
it's
right now.
already
They're very
fucking
unsafe.
demolished, right? It's fucking rubble right now.
Make it into a very good site for future
Yeah, if
development
you were
by
to
somebody.
look at map images right now, it's some of it is just absolutely
People
rubble.
come from all over the world and live there. But we're going to take care of the Palestinians. We're going to make sure they live beautifully and in harmony and in peace, and that they're not murdered. This has been the most dangerous site anywhere in the world to live in. Hamas has been a disaster. And by the way, I have to tell you that I watched the hostages come back today, and they look like Holocaust survivors. They were in horrible condition. They were emaciated. It looked like many years ago, the Holocaust survivors. And
I mean,
I don't know how much longer we can take.
I mean,
but
once you
watched
get
that.
taken as a
You know, we
hostage
have a
by
deal
these
where we're supposed to
fucking
get- they dribble
groups
in
of
and keep dribbling
terroristic
in.
people, you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do to you, right?
Bad shape. They have been treated brutally, horribly.
Yeah, and they
Even the
probably
ones that
starve
came
you to
out
death
earlier,
too.
They were in a little bit better shape, but mentally they were treated so badly. Who could take that? At some point, we're going to lose our patience. When I see that scene that I saw today with people coming out of helicopters and airplanes that are emaciated, that look like they haven't had a meal in a month. No reason for that, and I don't know how much longer we can take it.
Do you mean you want to recast?
I don't know how long we can take it. People who were helping
It looks like he wants to go
a
in.
reasonably short number of years ago, and you look at
Yeah,
it
I mean,
today,
like this
look like
right.
they've
All the
aged
conflict that
25
has been
years.
happening has been happening for a while.
They literally look like the old pictures of Holocaust survivors. The same thing. I mean, the same thing. And I don't know how long we're going to take that.
You've gotten some advancement in your proposals for some of the Gulf or Arab nations to take some of the Palestinian people, and if not, like, what do you think the reason is for their hesitance? Is there some very honest reason that they haven't told you privately, or that you think why they're hesitant to take the Palestinian people?
Why are they hesitant to take them? Because they never spoke to me. They spoke to other people. They didn't speak to me. When they speak to me, they're going to take them.
Not allow them to return to Gaza? Is that part of it?
They don't want to return to Gaza. If we could give them a home in a safer area, the only reason they're talking about returning to Gaza is they don't have an alternative. When they have an alternative, they don't want to return to Gaza. If they had a home that was safe, where you don't have Hamas threatening them, killing them, torturing them, they'd rather not return to Gaza, but right now Gaza is the only alternative. As far as the other regions, the only reason they maybe don't act enthusiastic is they haven't talked to me. They talk to other people, but not to me. When they talk to me, they'll be enthusiastic.
And on spending, you found some maybe questionable expenditures, or Elon Musk is
Not
calling
some questionable. The whole country looks like it's a fraud. It's fraud, waste, abuse, but it's a tremendous fraud. And what Elon and his group of geniuses have found is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And that's just in U.S. AID. Soon we're going into education. You'll find the same thing, but bigger. Soon we're going into the military, and you're going to find a lot of bad things happening there.
I brought up the USAID stuff again and all the funding.
Our government has not functioned properly for many, many years.
And the Gaza,
yeah.
Gaza and fucking USAID.
Treasuries. And that could be an interesting problem, because it could be that a lot of those things don't count. In other words, that some of that stuff that we're finding is very fraudulent. Therefore, maybe we have less debt than we thought of. Think of that. So a lot of things are happening, but Elon's doing an excellent job. We started with 12 guys with high IQs, and now we have 100 guys with very high IQs.
Do you think Congress has failed to do their oversight, or do you think your first administration, some of your cabinet agencies...
Do you think Congress have failed to do their oversight? Yeah. Just straight up, yeah.
I think everybody failed. I think everybody.
Why does Elon's financial disclosure remain secret?
Well, I mean, it was during fucking Biden's
Because nobody's
term,
looking at
so.
that. We're looking at all the corruption that's taken place. I mean, his financial disclosure is largely the number of shares that he's got in very public companies, and that's not secret at all. If you read that, you'll see a lot. I mean, he talks about his whole thing. I read one where it really gave a very good history of him, but basically it's a number of shares times a certain stock price.
So why is that not public?
It is public. All you have to do is read it.
So like the message to countries that
The information's out there. Just read it.
and on humanitarian aid distributed through USAID. What is your message to those countries?
The ones that have been, the few that have been legitimate in terms of getting legitimate money, will probably put it through the State Department. It'll be handled by Marco Rubio, highly respected man, Secretary of State. There's no reason for USAID, when you look at the politicians that have been in there sucking the blood out of it, when you look at all of the fake deals, I mean, look, all you have to do is get a list of all of the things you can see by the heading. It's fake, it's fraudulent, it's probably kickbacks, where they send the money and then it gets kicked back to the person that sent it. So the ones that are good, and there are not many of them, but the ones that are
yeah,
good,
it's because it's like, okay, so these, right, if you really, okay, really think about where this money is going, right? If you are going to fund somewhere, right, that a dance event out in some fucking, I don't know, Zimbabwe or something, for instance. What? And it doesn't actually, like, help them with, like, I don't know, fucking infrastructure or, I don't know, housing or something, right? Why is it going to a dance event? Like, that doesn't, I mean, to improve morale? I guess? What? There are better ways to improve morale. Like, what?
Be handled by Marco Rubio in the State Department.
Why are we doing that?
Some of the USAID workers.
They could, if they like.
Some of these places don't have fucking clean water to drink, man.
Why would you need it?
They don't have a fucking right a treatment plant to deal right. It doesn't have infrastructure to deal with all these issues.
$36 trillion in debt.
Right? There's no roads, no fucking barely lighting or any. Right? Some of these places barely have any lighting.
But no, it should very much decrease. But it won't be the scams that you've seen.
Not only that, but you got some of these places littered with fucking mines. I was like, oh yeah, that's great.
$4 billion, is that okay to take off the top? Sure. It could be okay. I mean, you have to look at the university. Some are legit. You could also say, why are we giving money to Harvard when it's got a $50 billion endowment? $50 billion.
Yeah, that's weird. Right, Harvard already gets so much fucking money from people already investing into it. Why the fuck is the federal the USAID funding Harvard? Excuse me?
And yet they don't use that endowment to help their students.
This is for research, like biomedical research.
Well, that's fine. Look, we want to take care of research. We want to do a lot of things, but when you look at the USAID and you look at all the things and all the scams that was with...
Yeah, I mean, look, right, he's not knocking on the research. He's talking about the weird money that's been being placed into these countries and, media sites or media outlets and journals that have nothing to do with, research and development. I don't know, fixing housing or something. Fucking fixing infrastructure, right? Actually helping homeless people or veterans in need, right? None of that shit.
I have to go through it now, but I'll get you a little list, and you'll see.
There's all this money that's being just fucking burnt up and just not going to the right places. Like, what the fuck?
This is the opposite. Here, almost everything was wrong. You find very few that were good, but there were some that were good. That'll be handled by the State Department, I assume. That's not.
Yeah, and I would assume they're taking a look at everything, right? If the money is actually if some of the money is actually going to where it is, okay, that's fine. But then there's obviously some of the money that's obviously going into places that obviously don't need it. Oh shit.
One or two more.
You're going to launch services. Is the Pentagon spending too much for launch services to space?
I think space is going to be a very important element. You know, I'm the one that came up with Space Force. I'm very proud of it. Biden tried to get out of it, and he was really rebuked by...
Why did he keep the space? I mean, if the Space Force is meant to do other things, right? Well, I mean, the space... I'm kind of on the fence about the whole Space Force thing. Because the whole Space Force thing was to, do research into research and development into, space shuttles and, the whole the meteoric, dealing with these certain conundrums we face because of space, right, and trying to figure out ways to solve these problems.
By the military. I think
so it's more of a it's more of a theoretical research and development organization. to my best understanding, right? Other than that, that's all it does, right? It's just research and development. That's all I think it is.
One of the most important things we do. It's going to be all about space, especially defense. So space is very important.
Yeah, and he said defense, so it's probably Department of Defense, probably military stuff. So it's probably gonna be more than just what I thought it is.
You're going.
But it won't, right? It could be research and development into like space lasers and shit. Space lasers. Fucking sharks with space lasers, or the fucking lasers, right?
But I'd have to look at individual cases.
Swimming sharks with lasers. All the lasers.
But coming into the United States,
I mean, there's already fucking laser weapons.
They're far away from their families and their friends and everything else. I think they'd be very happy staying in the general area with in a place that was safe, where they could be safe and lead a good life. They don't want to go back to Gaza. As I said, I've said it a lot. They only go back because they have no alternative.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand why you're saying that. Right? I don't think there's any other proposition that these Palestinians have put up to where they can move, right? Or at least just settle down until things blow over, right? Because right now that area is just going to be a war zone for some time until shit cools down, right? Or until Hamas is gone. Or until, right, they're literally using that area as a fucking war zone.
Spend some money on it. They have tremendous amounts of money. They'll spend some money on making people comfortable and safe.
Like, that area will be forever a target until you can quell whatever the fuck is going on over there.
Cracking down on DEI. I saw that the NFL commissioner said, I think this week, that they're happy with their diversity program. What's your take on that? Would you like to see any changes there?
I don't know what the diversity program is. To be honest, I know Roger very well. I'd have to look at what he said he's happy with. He was happy also with the flag and a lot of other things that didn't work out too well. We'll have to see what he was happy with. But right now, that's you know what the law is. The law is the law, and it changed, and it's been backed up by the U.S. Supreme Court. But we'll see. There are a lot of interesting things going on right now. I'll tell you what. There's a light over the United States. People are happy.
So, as you can see, Trump is taking the case-by-case approach, it looks like. He's trying, right, he's not going gung-ho and, right, sticking to whatever he wants to do.
They're more confident.
He's playing it by the ear.
Approval ratings for this country have gone through the sky. More than at any time we've had approval ratings, that there's never been anything like it. We've never seen 49 points up. 49 points up. And I think there's a light actually long beyond this country, all over the world. I've been called by other leaders. They said, sir, there's a light over our country right now.
There's a light over This motherfucker's gassing himself up.
A horrible and a totally inept administration. An administration where the president would...
He keeps fucking hammering that Biden sucks.
Didn't even go and do a Super Bowl interview for 4 years. I mean, he didn't do it.
Yeah, that is strange. I never knew that. This is the first time a president actually went to like a Super Bowl game for a while. Right? Biden didn't go to any like sport events. Obama didn't go to any sport events. Yeah, even George W. Bush didn't go to any sports events, now that I think about it, right? Huh. Yeah, why is that?
A Super Bowl interview. I did. You'll see it in about 1 or 2 hours.
In about 2 hours. Was Obama at an NBA game? No. Actually, now that I think about it, I think the reason why presidents don't show themselves at those events is because of the publicity and the potential, I guess, security risks, right? That's the only thing I can think of.
Have been throwing the games to the Chiefs all season.
I don't believe that.
Oh my God! They asked the question about the Chiefs. What the fuck? Why would the president know about this shit? They asked him about the Chiefs, basically about the Chiefs or the referees giving the Chiefs the pass and everything, making them win in a lot of games and shit.
Why do you want to be chairman of the Kennedy Center
Well, I think you're going to have a great game. It's two great teams. I don't know. Who knows who's going to win? You have great players, though. You have really superstars playing on both teams. So I think it's going to be a great game.
Why do you want to be chairman of the Kennedy Center Board?
Because I want to make sure it runs properly. We don't need woke at the Kennedy Center. We don't need...
Because I want to make sure it's run properly. I don't want woke at the Kennedy Center.
Some of the shows are terrible. They're a disgrace.
Some of the shows were terrible. So terrible. So very terrible. They're a disgrace.
Been put on. So I'll be there until such time as it gets to be running right.
I'll be overseeing everything. You better make a good show. You better do it.
I didn't go. No, I got reports that were so bad I didn't want it.
I got reports that... God damn it. Fucking Trump.
I didn't want to go.
What?
I wanted to see. Thank you very much, everybody.
Fucking Trump. It's fucking good.
He was great. He's a great
There
guy.
you have it.
He's very sad over his mother's passing.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Everyone seems unhappy now because they can't ask him the question. This is the most American thing I've ever seen in my life. Damn, flying over it while signing. Yeah, I know, right? Man, he signed it like 3 times already. Even shares Air Force One with the press and journalists for us. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, now that I think about it, Trump is doing everything. On air. Live. In a sense. He's like the content creator. Yeah, out of all these other presidents, they didn't do this shit. Right? Especially Obama. Right? He could have done this. Especially with YouTube around that era. Probably on top of every topic, not showing any signs of his age. Yeah, if you really, all of the topics he's hit, still the same stuff he said day one, right? Or his whole campaign, right? Still the same things. Still on the same thing. Government transparent, yeah, and he's being as transparent as possible, right? Standard worldwide, no more closed doors on public relations within one's own country. Yeah, it seems like he's been actually opening it up more, right? Showing full transparency and as much as possible, right? As much as he can. Accessible president in U.S. history. Yeah, pretty much. Right, with all the right, live broadcasts he's done with content creators and podcasts and stuff like that. Yeah. Basically. Well, I mean, his schedule is probably like blocked up now since he's the president. He probably won't be able to be doing a lot of content creators meetups, meet and greets anymore, right? I hope they gave that pen to the captain of the plane as the first pilot in history to fly over the new Gulf of America. Very cool. Trump is so sharp at his age. I love listening to him. Question after question after question. What a boss. Yep. What a guy. No script, no teleprompting, no handlers to make sure he doesn't screw it up. This man's man. I'm proud to be a man in America again. Thanks, Donald J. Trump. Yep. No handlers. Right? He's able to articulate as right everything, right? It is public. All you gotta do is read it. Fucking got him. Alright, anyways. There it is. Super Bowl! Pre-Super Bowl! What time is it? Okay. Let us... Oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar at the halftime show. Good luck topping this, Kendrick. What is this? Yavian Kendrick Lamar. Someone said that Drake might pop up at the Super Bowl to perform Poetic Justice with Kendrick. And someone commented, y'all think this is Marvel? Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show is up next. He is the first solo rapper to headline in history. Wow. Kendrick Lamar called Trump a chump and the Trump admin a complete mindfuck. Everybody should change the channel during the halftime show. What?
They judge you, they judge Christ. Godspeed for women's rights. They judge you, they judge Christ.
Kendrick Lamar is an active, radical abortion activist who mocks Jesus. Oh, this was BBC. Full Super Bowl halftime show is right here. I guess we should watch it just to see it. Yeah. I didn't play it, but he made a mention to it, right? And he played the little snippet. So it's like I don't think he wants, right? Cuz man, Drake kind of fucked with this. Would have been how notice the arena, right? Notice how they're doing the arena thing here. Because now he turned it into a rap. No, that wasn't too bad. That was actually alright. That was alright. That was pretty good, alright. Says turn this TV up before ending his Super Bowl halftime performance. He should have told us that at the beginning of the performance. Why is it because who won? Did the Eagles win? I forgot who won. That's it. That's the tweet. Super Bowl. Greg watching Kendrick put out one of the worst Super Bowl halftime shows in history. Kendrick literally protested and taunted America in front of the president during America's biggest sports event, Chef's Kiss. Well, I mean, yeah. Kendrick Lamar just called Drake in front of all the... That's it. Yeah, as soon as he said that, I was just like, oh shit, it's over. Yeah, and such a good way of setting the stage, right? Right, he's basically in the rapper rap arena battle style, right, versing off a Drake. At least that's what it's supposed to signify. But yeah. Anyways, pretty clean, nice event. It was 12 minutes. Holy shit. And him using the stage to properly promote his music and introduce himself to new fans, he made the biggest moment of his career about Drake. What do you mean? He literally played all of his songs in his album, and he basically rapid fired for, what, right, 12 minutes. I mean, that's literally how these musicians do it too. They, right, when they're thinking about an event, this is how they set it, right? This is how they set shit up. Right, especially with right rapper. Well, I want to say it's mostly with like rappers who kind of do that. They set the stage for what they want to tell their story in, right? And they got what? He had 12 minutes, so he planned it out. Snoop Dogg watches Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance and reacts to Serena Williams dancing on stage to Not Like Us. Wait, was he actually watching it the whole time? Oh, he's actually watching it and fucking smoking a blunt. Sneeko, Drake is better than Kendrick. Deslumbra al show de medio tiempo del Super Bowl. Sorry, I don't know what that says. Halftime show 143 waddle wadeless. Sorry. 100% snooze fest carried by SZA relied on one song. Yes, was Jesus. Hater Central. Not like us and calling Drake up here in front of 100 mil. He didn't even say the words, but he did the clean version. Especially a lot of people love to discredit him, but it's time to give the legends their flower while they're alive to smell them. I mean, look. He got paid to do the job, and he did the job. That's all it is. Kanye West. What's going on with the old Kanye? Oh, maybe I should be careful with Kanye, because Kanye is a little sketch. The fact that Selena Gomez got more hate for crying about immigration deportation than Kanye West openly admitting that he's a Nazi is insane. I mean, it's true. I mean, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna change the fucking Kanye's mind? Right? People have been trying to get him into a fucking mental institute because of the shit he says sometimes. He's deleted it now, but this is what Kanye West posted a few minutes ago. It's shocking, disgusting, anti-Semitism. Everyone should call it out. Jews were better as slaves. You have to put your Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. Jesus fuck. Holy fuck. This is how this is what Kanye West used to post on Sundays. The condemnation of Kanye West by Piers Morgan would have some weight if the same judgment and condemnation is applied with equal balance on both sides. In the absence of such, Piers Morgan only comes across as either being ignorant or a sold-out puppet. That was a Marwin Narwaz. Nawaz. Who the fuck is this? Oh, it's just some just some George Orwell dude. Okay. He's deleted it now, but is this what Kanye West posted? Dude, really, if you're gonna get mad at one post that Kanye has posted, bro, you should see his other posts. Holy shit. You should see some of his other posts, my goodness. Literally every tweet vibe is this. Shane Gillis. Okay. The cut in his mouth. Just random fucking movements. The water. Amoa Hitler, Kanye West. Oh, and they're just saying Kanye West is like Hitler because he keeps posting shit like that. Waking up and seeing the damage done by Yi. The time that fucking well, I Show Speed gets fucking speared, and it's just I don't know if he actually took damage or what, but that sucks. Kanye has found message before deleting his account. No way. I'm logging out of Twitter. I appreciate Elon for allowing me to vent. It has been very cathartic to use this world as a sounding board. It was like an Ayahuasca trip. What does that mean? Love all of you who gave me your energy and attention to we connect again. Good afternoon and good night. What the Kanye West Super Bowl commercial? No way.
So what's up, guys? I spent like all the money for the commercial.
On these new teeth.
So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone.
Okay. Weird. He rejected $2 million offer to promote a crypto scam where he'd post a where he post a fake promo, leave it up for 8 hours, and claim he was hacked. That sounds like what a lot of streamers do, and VTubers, and VTwatters. Is he actually like posting anymore, or is he gone? Oh my god, yeah. He deleted his account. No way. I can't find his name anymore. He deleted his fucking account. It's gone, dude. It's fucking gone. Kanye East. That's so long. This is not Kanye. This is someone else. I mean, they bought an account. Community channels is our exit lick. I think it's a parody account. But yeah, he deleted his account, dude. He's gone. It's over. He deleted. Yeeted deleted. That took ages. We'll find out if he's actually gone by tomorrow. We might make a new account, who knows? A kid. Fucking deleted, dude. You cannot search for his account anymore. Great job, X algorithm. Kanye's West account is now shadow banned. Oh, did he get shadow banned or is it deleted? Alright, anyways. Well, there goes Kanye. He's into the void now. He's into the void of somewhere. He's into the abyss of into the dark abyss. And we don't know if he'll be back. And there's the game. Rigged Super Bowl. AC. It was too early for this? Oh, that was... did you see that shit? That's face mask holding. Right there. Face mask holding. Right there.
Oh. Don't like this on McDuffie.
Yeah. Oh, that was fucked. That was so fucked right there. Put his fucking hands in his face mask. Yeah, don't do that. That's illegal. I'm surprised the fucking Russ didn't call that. There's a report by the copyright owner. Kansas City Chiefs won Super Bowl. Oh, defeating Philadelphia Eagles. Not surprised, Brig. The Chiefs' most valuable player. Oh, flag right there. Oh, stepped out, I'm guessing. Yeah, see, I don't know. Oh, I think the flag to say that he face mask. These are never beating the allegations. Not even 30 minutes and people are saying already that it's rigged. Rigged soul. Alright. That's it for that. Oh, look at us, who's back? Darrell Brooks, the man who attacked the Waukesha Christmas parade in 2021 and transferred from prison in Wisconsin to Colorado after being horribly beaten and raped in a cell. Oof. Ouch. Saga revelation why Darrell Brooks was
The following video is based upon
moved to a
crime
more
content.
secure prison. Oh,
Therefore,
this was
it
2
may
days
contain
ago.
Images and or language that some find disturbing.
Oh,
For this reason,
shit.
viewer discretion is advised. Well, welcome in, everyone. This is the video I think you have all been waiting on. I have been hinting at the fact that I did have the info of what was going down with Darrell Brooks Jr. and his sudden move to a new prison. Very recently, Darrell Brooks Jr. was secretly whisked away from his current prison in Wisconsin, and he was transported out of state.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the scoop of where he's at and why he's there. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you would, please. It does help the algorithm. All right, it is
Oh yeah,
called
this
the
lady got
United
beat
States
up. Yeah, fuck
Penitentiary
shit.
Florence
Yeah, chicks in
Administrative
the UFC.
Maximum
Ooh,
Facility, commonly known as
fucking face
Florence
gets
Ad
pelted,
Max
and there
or
you go,
ADX
all bloody.
Florence. It's out of Colorado. This facility is closed off to the rest of the world. It is out in the middle of nowhere.
Damn.
This fortress-like facility is often referred to as the Alcatraz of the
How
Rockies,
he deserves that
making
encounter
it the
more
most secure
so
prison in the
than
United
most
States.
humans.
Its reputation for impenetrability
You
is
need to
well
make
earned,
room for
as
this
it
self
combines
damn
state-of-the-art
shit.
technology with rigorous
It will
surveillance
welcome
and
him.
strict
Oh shit!
protocols
It will
to
welcome him with
ensure
open
that
arms
no
as long as
inmate can
he
breach
stays
its
subservient.
defenses. Now, how do
If
they
he
do
is a
this?
Venezuelan,
Well,
he will be given an
it's
apartment in
pretty much
Aurora to
a
manage.
solitary prison. ADX Florence was constructed in 1994. It officially opened in 1995. It is classed as a supermax or control unit prison.
Wait, he's going to a supermax prison? What the
It
fuck?
provides a more controlled level of custody than a regular maximum security prison, or what is called as a high security. The complex is situated on 49 acres of land, and it houses different facilities with varying degrees of security. ADX Florence was commissioned when the Federal Bureau of Prisons needed a unit designed specifically for the secure housing of those prisoners most capable of extreme violence towards staff or other inmates. It is designed to house up to
a slot in the cell door and desk made a cell by blocking it up. The cell has a built-in shower that cells every 3 months.
The facility is broken down into divisions. There's a mob boss. The boss. Richard Reed, the shoe bomb terrorist. El Chapo.
Oh yeah, the fucking I forgot about that guy. Yeah, the shoe bomb terrorist. That guy was nuts. It was fucking mailing fucking those shoe bombs to people.
The bombers of the U.S. African Embassy. Robert Hansen, who was a Soviet spy. And Eric Rudolph, the Olympic Park bomber, among other hate crimes. For 1 hour a day, inmates are taken out of their cells to
Man,
an exercise
this place
pit,
had all the
which looks
fucking
like an
some of the
empty
craziest
concrete swim.
motherfuckers too. Bunch of bombers, literally. Anyways, she doesn't really talk about it much, but all she said is he moved to a different prison. Yeah, this was him staring down the judge, and the judge was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's in the Supermax prison now. This just in. Mexico president asks how cartels in Mexico possess weapons from the U.S. military. How is that there are weapons in Mexico that are for the exclusive use of the U.S. military? Who sold them?
Empiecen por su país. Nosotros, claro que vamos a coordinarnos, a
We'll
colaborar.
collaborate.
Pero como lo dije el 5
But like I said on February 5th,
nunca subordinación,
we will
ni
never
injerencismo. Es
subordinate
coordinación. Hay un riesgo de coordinación, ni
or accept
injerencismo.
intervention
Es
or
coordinación.
coordination.
Segundo,
Second,
ellos tienen mucho
they
que
have a
hacer
lot
en
of work
Estados Unidos.
to do in the United States.
¿Cómo es que llegue el
How is it that
fentanilo o
fentanyl
cualquier
or
otra droga?
any other drug,
Que no está bien que pase
which is not
ilegalmente y
right that it
nosotros
enters
hacemos
illegally
nuestro
and we
trabajo
do our
en nuestro
job
país?
in our country?
Pero ¿cómo es que llega?
But how
¿Qué
is
pasa
it that
después
it
de la
arrives?
frontera?
What happens after the border?
¿Quién opera
Who
la
operates the
distribución de la droga?
distribution of the drug?
¿Quién vende la droga en
Who
las
sells
ciudades
the
de
drug
Estados
that
Unidos que han
has
provocado
caused so much
tanta
tragedy in the
tragedia?
cities of the U.S.?
¿Dónde va el
Where
dinero
does
de
the
la
money
venta de
go
esa
from the
droga en
sale of that
Estados
drug in the
Unidos?
United States? Well, I mean, it's drug money. You don't know. Probably goes straight to the fucking like getting food or I don't know, getting more drugs. I don't know.
¿Cómo es que
How is
hay
it that there are weapons
armas en
in
México de
Mexico
uso
that
exclusivo
are
del
for the
ejército
exclusive use of the U.S. military?
de Estados Unidos. ¿Quién las vendió?
Who sold them?
¿Cómo llegaron a
How did
nuestro
they get
país?
into our country?
Entonces hay una parte
So there is a very important
que
part
ellos
that
tienen
they
que
have to
hacer en su
do
propio país.
in their own country.
¿Cuál es la
What is the final
distribución
distribution in
final
the
en las
streets of the
calles de
cities?
las ciudades? Entonces,
So
¿por qué no
what are
hay
there? No cartels?
cárteles allá? ¿O
Or
delincuencia
organized
organizada
crime
allá?
over the... Wait, what? Is she basically trying to say it's on us? What? What do you mean? We already know that there's organized crime all over the fucking place. I'm gonna make sure your organized crime doesn't fuck with our organized crime. Right? Because they're intermingling. Right? These guys are fucking working together sometimes. Because they're just making fucking trade deals. Black market trade deals. That's all. We collaborate, we coordinate, we get together and work together. Oh, okay. That's what she's trying to say. I was like, what is she talking about?
Colaboramos, coordinamos, nos reunimos,
I was like, well, are you
trabajamos
saying
juntos,
you're blaming us? What the fuck?
pero siempre vamos a
But we
defender
will
la
always
soberanía.
defend our sovereignty. I mean, yeah, well, obviously. We're Mexico.
Entonces hay una parte muy importante
There's a
que
very
ellos tienen
important
que
part
hacer
that they
allá.
have to do over
Muy
there.
importante.
Very importante. Fast and Furious do. Obama's Fast and Furious. During the operation, nearly 2,000 firearms were purchased for approximately 1.5 mil. These firearms were supposed to be monitored, but they were lost track of leading them being used in crimes in both Mexico and the U.S. Death of Brian Terry, a significant turning point was in December 2010, when 2 weapons linked to Fast and Furious were found at the scene when U.S. Border Patrol agent Brian Terry was killed in Arizona. Wait, what? Wait, are they talking about the movie? Oh, no. No, it was a weapon operation. Yeah, it was called Operation Fast and Furious. I was all like, what? Are they talking about the movie? That threw me off. Mansfield Division of Bureau of Alcohol, ATF, along with other partners, allowed illegal gun sales in order to track down the sellers and purchasers were believed to be connected to Mexican drug cartel. Oh. I guess they probably had to have probably undercover agents and shit like that trying to get as much information on drug cartels. Right, basically a sting operation. And yeah, it was botched basically. A botched sting operation. Had these weapons before Obama presidency. Those weapons were traded for cocaine and still are being traded either under both parties. Cut it out. Yeah, I mean, right, given our history, right, those weapons could have been before Obama, right? Probably even before Bush, possibly, who knows? We don't know. I don't know who it would be. Someone right, it would be the older generation who would know more information on like the whole before the Bush era and after the Bush era. Now we're right here. The cartel project, how Israeli firearms fall into the hands of Mexican drug cartels. Rifles from 2006 to 2018. So you already had Israeli firearms already coming over. So there was already some kind of black market deals going on, right? Fucking Some fucking Metal Gear Solid shit. Fucking some arms race trading, eh? So some of that good old black market arms race. Oh. Israeli spies writing America's news. Oh yeah. Discreetly sent into Chiapas in response to the 1994 Zapatista uprising and the purpose of providing training in Mexican military and police forces. There it is. So this is where they probably got some, right? So it was already happening before, right? 1994. Tech-savvy Mexican drug cartels find a new partner, Israeli spyware. Oh. How Israeli firearms fall into the hands of Mexican drug cartels. Selling drugs, essays. Russian mafia helps Mexican cartels smuggle drugs into U.S. Government also made use of the Arava aircraft to deploy its airborne special forces Grupo Aeromóvil de Fuerzas Especiales, or GAF. GAF commandos were themselves trained by Israeli and the U.S. Several would later desert the GAF and go on to create Los Zetas, currently Mexico's most powerful and violent drug cartel. Oh, that sounds great. Ex-military guys, nice. Basically, bunch of rogue military guys. That's great. People who are trained to kill. Nice. Now they're in a life of fucking killing people or doing illegal shit. Doge commercials. But yeah, right. We have our own fucking black market issues in our own country, and then you have the cartels and shit, right? It's bad. Right, because you still have you in a sense still have people from the mafia in a sense, American gangs, right? And you got cartels, right? You got a lot of fucking criminal organizations in a sense just running a lot of just black market businesses. One. Rumor 40 mil on Super Bowl commercials highlighting U.S. government waste discovered by Doge. 40 mil? Why? That sounds like a lot of money for not that many ads. Reckless Democrat watching will be ruined. Trump's reasons to watch the Super Bowl? Doge commercials. Alright, anyways. That is in there. What time is it? Let's do one more. Oh, Kanye West made graduation. This is the one. Because of him getting kicked off.
This is the
I don't know if he got kicked off. He probably deleted his account.
second time Kanye West made graduation has become a meme. The long string of bizarre tweets he's made have earned him the confusion and shock of the masses, as he has yet again decided to say some absolutely insane stuff. At this stage, there's simply too much to keep up with.
I think it's funny.
As he's making multiple tweets every hour and flooding his
People
personal
hate the
page
fuck
with
out
what
of
appears to
him when
be
he does that
incoherent
shit, but I think it's
ramblings.
fucking hilarious.
It's a shame, because his fans have been claiming that he's all good now, as if his stranger ideas
It's
have
all
been
good
covered,
now,
and
yeah,
he's just committed to making good music. but it seems like he's keen to say whatever goes into his head with absolutely zero thought behind it. It would seem that the trigger point for this anger would be the appearance of him and his wife at the Grammys.
Oh yeah,
whereupon her sheer outfit sparked
him at the Grammys with Bianca. Yeah, that set a lot of people off because she just full on just flashed everyone. It was just full on naked.
international conversation and memes. Due to the fact that millions were suddenly talking about him, perhaps he thought that he'd capitalize on the attention and think of the edgiest, most ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, after the Grammys event, yeah, he probably went on a fucking tirade, just posting shit constantly on Twitter for what, 2-3 days, and then
or
that was
perhaps
it,
he
right?
got used to having people say yes to every little demand he makes, and so he thought that saying and doing whatever he wants to has no meaningful consequences, even if it comes off the same as a 13-year-old discovering that they can.
Oh yeah, no. Some of the shit I say on fucking if some of the shit I say gets back to some of my teachers, they're gonna be like, "What are you fucking doing?"
Say whatever they want on the internet anonymously, and thus go straight to the World War II stuff. From insulting Virgil to describing Diddy as his brother and asking him to be freed, there seems to be no topic left unharmed as he goes on the warpath against all that is good and sane. At the end of the day, he just desperately wants attention and knows that if he says random stuff, he'll get it. Much of it seems to be so bad that Twitter has actively described it as...
Yeah, they started limiting because some of the things he was saying, he was like, dude,
violating rules against hateful conduct, which is kind of a big deal considering how the website has very little moderation.
Right?
Hence, you get
that, dude. That's saying a lot when X actually has to start fucking doing that to you, right? You don't usually Usually Elon Musk has it pretty lenient. Now that I think about it, yeah, it's super lenient. And the fact that Kanye pushed it that hard is like, okay. It's like, damn, he must have said some fucked up shit.
Get people making fun of the idea that saying he made graduation could be used to defend him, despite the absolute whack ideas he's expressing. I mean, it's getting to the point where this is his brand now, and it's extremely difficult to separate the art from the artist.
I mean, that's
especially when the art he is making in terms of merchandise is simply...
Over, you can probably guess what the symbol is under here.
A white shirt with a hate symbol emblazoned on it, which is very clearly a 13-year-old's attempt to be shocking and outrageous in a manner that takes the least amount of effort. In short, Kanye's tweets...
Channel Dan should take on a few of these... Right. He was also talking to Aiden Ross, too.
He does refer to them as tweets, have become the talk of the town as fans cry and bring up the "he made graduation" meme, and non-fans shrug their shoulders and label him an idiot. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
If Kanye wants to do that, that's on him. Like and subscribe. Right, it's his First Amendment. If he wants to ruin his reputation and image, using the First Amendment, I mean, that's on him, right? Right, you have the First Amendment, but I mean the consequences could be great, or not at all. Argument: he made graduation. He made vultures too. Counter. We're never getting a Kanye West Fortnite skin. I've seen these tweets before. Yes. Yeah. Watching him go from "I'm Adolf" to "free ditch," yeah, that was insane. To randomly insulting furries made me cry. Yeah, dude, he was just going off. And then he started talking about it, the fucking women and shit. It's like, what the fuck happened? What I found funny is still been pretty unhinged these last 2 years, and the recent rant isn't that much different from all his other rants. The only real difference between this one and the last one was the release of Vultures 2. Album so bad, even his biggest stance were like, dang. Like a lot of stans were realizing that even if he made graduation, he sure as hell isn't making graduation these days. I'm guessing his new album. Was Joe graduated from school? Yeah, no, it's his album. Yeah, usually when they're talking about certain I guess you can call them slogans. I don't know. Yes, I guess. Talking about their music albums. Galaxy Goss got the bro, yeah. He got too much into the whippets, like Diddy. But he made the college drop. It's been over for years, but this is the nail in the coffin for Coach. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, look, when you have when you had the KKK, I'm pretty sure they're still KKK members. Let's be real. But when in the KKK back then, doing all the cross burnings and shit, right? The government had to allow them to do their shit, right? I mean, it's right. Even if they're detestable people. They still have the right. They're still human beings. They still have rights in the United States if they're an American citizen, right? Oh, yeah. You just gotta you do what you can, right? You make best of the situation you have in front of you. Remember me when you hit 20 mil. You know, graduate, I just can't separate the art from the artist. No, I mean, can you do that with content creators? Right? Can you separate their some of their good points even if some of them have bad points? Can you still like them even if some of the bad points are really fucking terrible? I mean, to each their own, right? Everyone has a different ideology. And that's what makes people unique. I mean, you may be a sheep sometimes in certain situations. But yeah, just don't become sheep. That's all.